All right, Lions. Let's go, baby. Forge Plate Minotaur or Forge Plate Century. I think I'll level up the consistent one. Forge Plate Century is a little bit better, but the guarantee on the Forge Plate Minotaur I think makes that pretty solid. Or Tinkerer is an underdrop, so no use leveling that up, but we can squad up and then play a captain and kind of make Forge Plate Minotaur relevant. And that'll kill my opponent's Wildwood Sower. Seems like a lot of people are playing this card against me today, and I've never thought this card was any good. Yeah, I don't think it is. Give it a Lycian Shard. Obviously, that makes it a little bit stronger. But that's because Lycian Shard is strong. That's not because, excuse me, Wildwood Sower is strong at all. So I can replace this with an 8/8. It's not really great, though. But maybe it's the best thing in order to take this down. We do want to take this down eventually. I could also just kind of grow wide, go Faunax Squadron, Ordnance Captain. I've got a 5/6, a 5/5, and I hit their guy for 6, meaning I need to draw 6 more. So I need to draw Colossus, Technosmith, Torrent Acolyte, or War Machine. 6 is a lot. 8 is a lot more, though. Yeah, I think I want to put an 8/8 in that spot right now. Scout Drone is really good for upgrade as well. I just realized that. We just don't have that many more ways to deal 6. We've got Nexus Overwatch, which would be a bad play, Torrent Acolyte, and Crucible Colossus. None of those are cards I want to play. Or we could hope to draw the Singleton War Machine. So I'm going to put an 8/8 there so that we get it down to 4 health. That's going to give us a lot of open draws to be able to take my opponent's card out. And then we can play Faunax Squadron or Technome. They're about the same right now, so let's play a Technome and get that good card in our deck. We drew Crucible Colossus and Torrent Acolyte, so I guess we got punished, but we also drew Technosmith and Scout Drone, so we want to be able to play that. And this lets us play something like Torrent Acolyte to threaten the Spring Dryad from my opponent. My opponent plays any type of grow wide. They are going to get Spring Dryad to trigger. This is tricky. Yeah, my opponent's got a lot of threats right now. We're going to go Scout Drone, level up. And then we've got the option for Torrent Acolyte or Shardclaw Crusher. It's pretty awkward either way, but we're going to play Torrent Acolyte and hope that that buys us some time. Torrent Acolyte is also a fine card to have level. Makes the deck a little bit bigger in player level 3, but that's why we level those consistent cards as well. We'll have Technosmith to potentially finish off the Spring Dryad if it survives, and then Metamind Overseer on the rank up. And Metamind Overseer to Positive Battle Wirewood Ranger. Hope my opponent just plays like another creature in lane 3. That would be the dream right now. If they just played... What do we want them to play? We want them to play like the... Yeah, no, they're going to replace Shardclaw Crusher here then. With a Shardplate Delver. Alright, so we are going to want to get some damage in on that. Let's go Technosmith on that, level up Light Shield Patrol, I think. Yeah, it seems fine. And then Metamind Overseer right here, get the draw trigger. And draw cards accordingly. So what do we have? This is 11, so it needs to get taken down with a 6 attack creature, which will be Crucible Colossus. I might just put Light Shield Patrol on this, just to get it out of the way. Alright, this has 7 attack. Yikes. Okay. Alright, so this has 7 attack, so I guess this is eating Light Shield Patrol. Which is fine, we traded 2 cards for 2 cards. Then I'm going to put Crucible Colossus on Root Forged Avatar. And watch as this game slowly slips away from me, and I die 2 Shardclaw Crushers. Ordnance Captain's neat. Palladium Wave is neat. Technosmith might be strong, depending on what gets Shardclawed here. Ooh, Shardclaw for the block and eat. That's really strong. Shardclaw's a really, really strong card. And an Enrage. Wowie zowie. But that Enrage does mean we get to eat this Shardclaw Crusher. So there are some silver linings here. We'll go Siphon Infiltrator, take 5. Technosmith, and level up Ordnance Captain. So there are some benefits here. Steel Eye Researcher can level up Forge Oracle if we want, replacing Scout Drone. I don't think that's going to be the play. What is awkward is whatever my opponent puts here is going to be non-active. So I'm pretty much just going to chump block it with Scout Drone to get some damage on it. But other than that, not much is happening. Alright, well that's a 2020. It's a 2022 even. Oh god. Alright, we just need to put as much damage on that as we possibly can. So that's going to be Forge Plate Minotaur. We're going to hope to draw Torrent Acolyte on our turn. That'll let us deal with it. Drew Steel Watch Guard and Ironbound Reinforcements. That'll deal with it. Sweet. Alright, so we want my opponent to play a creature right here like Spring Dryad. We really want my opponent to play Spring Dryad 2 in lane 1. No, they've got a Shardbound Invoker! What? Okay. Alright. They're gonna grow that. Okay, this isn't the absolute worst. We still get to clear a considerable amount of our opponent's board. Yeah, this isn't the worst. We're not just totally dead. We get to deal with my opponent's 2020. And we get to deal with the new thing that they played because they blocked. We are going to take 26, but we get to clean this up with a level 1 or with a Scout Drone. We did get the Scout Drone. We also drew Torrent Acolyte, and we drew actual level 1 cards. So we might put Forge Plate Sentry here. Or we could... no, we're going to put probably Forge Plate Sentry here. And then we might be able to Torrent Acolyte the Scout Drone. My opponent scatters the seeds. I feel like that's a huge weight off my shoulders. My opponent scatters the seeds and plays a level 1 Shard Plate Delver. That's really good for us. Yeah, that's really good. Alright, we're gonna trade this off. We're gonna potentially trade this off. And we're gonna make a big Scout Drone. Oh, I don't know why I said potentially trade this off. This is definitely a trade-off. And I actually played that wrong. Because I could have had... well, they could pump this or something, too. Yeah, I wasn't calculating the fact that they pumped this with the Wirewood Ranger. This looks good, though. This looks good. For as crazy of a board as my opponent had... This looks really good. We can Ironbound this, putting it up to a 17-5. Or we can just Ironbound the Metamind Overseer to take out my opponent's Root Forged Avatar again. Man, the The avatars are really strong in this. But of our 5 drafts, I think we've had avatars 3 times. Wow, wood sower. Card really wants to get pumped up, doesn't it? I guess we War Machine then. I guess we War Machine for the pump up in 2 separate lanes. I'll leave the center lane open. And take out 2 of those guys there. We've got a Steelwatch Guard as a potential 22/22. Replacing Nexus Overwatch that levels a Technome. Yeah, he's got the Enrage. That's going to deal a lot of damage to me. 7 damage, and then an additional whole bunch more on my turn. Well, hopefully I don't die just to that damage. It's going to be close. We're going to block Technome here, and then we're going to Positive Battle Steelwatch Guard here. These are really close games. We finally get our consistent creature shuffled into the top 20 cards of our deck. But yeah, this is close. Palladium Wave would have been good earlier, but it's also going to be good in the deck. My opponent might have a pump spell here. They do. So how are we going to take that out then? Well, we just take it out with one of our creatures and then take that out with another one of our creatures. No upgrade on War Machine. Would that have worked? What did I have? What else did I have? I had... Oh, I could have upgraded this War Machine. I just wanted to try to take out Shardplate Delver. Maybe that was amateurish. Because I could have played... 22/22. Yeah, it was just wrong. It was just wrong. You're right, Ginyu. Yeah, that was the wrong play. I will admit it. I left it there so that we could use this upgrade. No, okay, this is a much worse upgrade. We do still have this guy chugging away. He's dealing some damage. It worked out okay, but yeah, that was definitely the wrong play. I think for the first time we are ahead in the game right now, though. So that is definitely fortunate. My opponent can draw more Shardclaw Crushers. They can draw more Root Forged Avatars starting next turn. We do have a 1-turn reprieve here. Probably going to want to level Barrier Soldier instead of Forge Oracle, to be honest here. The Barrier Soldier getting leveled up, I think, is going to be really good for us. It's going to be a +5/+5. That's not quite going to change the battle here. Nope, they're going to get in for damage on that route. And they're going to negate my armor. And they're going to grow wide. That's really interesting to not battle here. That definitely shows some restraint from my opponent here. So do I just want to Barrier Soldier? Yeah, the reason that that's such a weird play is because my opponent had the level 1s there. Now they're going to draw level 2s and such, and they're not really going to have a place to put them. That said, I can Ordnance Captain to push through more damage, and I do think that's the play the more I look at this board state. What would the other play be? The other play would be Barrier Soldier on Shardbound Invoker to save myself a little bit more life points. This could kill me. If they draw Shardbound Invoker, it's going to get +9/+9 to be a 16/16, and then it's going to hit me for the remaining damage. I think that's a chance I have to take, and I think we want to just get some pressure on my opponent. Both of these 2 cards are going to threaten a Root Forged Avatar, so now my opponent doesn't have a good spot for Root Forged Avatar to go, and then I just get to slam 2 more level 3 creatures, and hopefully that will be the game. Wow, they had it. They had it. Unless this pump's shardbound. Oh, wow. I laid it out for them. I could have made the play. No, they don't have it. Oh, thank goodness. Woo! Do I have it? No, I don't. Alright, so we're going to go... It's going to be an 18-18. And we're going to go Techno here. We're going to Light Shield Patrol. My opponent is at 1. I am at 4. This has been a super close game, Lyance. And I think I've got you here based off the board. However, my opponent could have the 6/2 that gives a creature breakthrough. They need that. Plus they need a level 2 bound creature. Okay, they could have that. Plus they could have a level 2 Savage Oath, but they never played the level 1 Savage Oath. So, seems pretty unlikely, and it looks like we got it.